discipline, and problem-solving on proper skills. She's provided guidance for public service for the students and the staff alike. She exhibits excellent leadership traits, which enable her to communicate with the diverse populations in Bridgeport. At this time, let's welcome Elisabeth Egurbide.
Yeah, Mom!
First of all, I want to thank Helen Thompson because she did tell me that there was a red carpet and this was going to be like the Oscars. So, members of the committee, colleagues, and friends and family, it is a great honor to have been nominated for this award. I started working with Adult Ed in 1979 when Mr. O'Neill approached me and asked me if I wanted to teach GED and Spanish. It sounded like a challenge because I was teaching English as a second language in Spain. But I thought, hey, let me try it. So he got me an interview with Mr. Dan Donofrio, who was then the director of Bridgeport Adult Ed. Mr. Donofrio showed me a test booklet in Spanish of the GED and said, here's 5 minutes and look at it and tell me if you can teach this. Well, I did and I said, oh yeah, I can do that. Now, if this would be now, let me tell you that after looking at these GED books, I would have said no thank you. Now, Mr. Donofrio retired as the director, and Mr. O'Neill came on board, my second director. It was smooth sailing during a few years. Then, around 2002, and I may be a little confused with the dates and the names now because I'm very nervous. Jim Harrison approached us with the caace assessment system. Then we had the CAP, Connecticut Adult Performance Program, and Andy Tiskowitz gave us a test so we would become facilitator. Lucy Brzezinski and I became facilitator for Bridgeport Adult Ed. And at one of the workshops, we were given this sexy cap to wear. I don't know how many of you still have it. It means how long I've been with this system. Anyway, then, oh my goodness, then we had Maureen Wagner with the ESL. We had Ajit come with the caace data entry. We had Sue Pearson with the reading assessments. We had all these different programs going on. Valerie gave us also a multitude of grants, PIP and STAR. Now, I think Aileen might remember that we had to become cheerleaders because we needed to energize these teachers. So we had our cheerleading, dancing or whatever, and then we went, give me a dance, give me a team, give me a dance, give me a dance. And what did it stop? You know, Evan also said to me, you're going to have to do a speech. I said, okay, fine. So I was like on my page number 29. And then she said, you know, I read again her email and it said, 1 minute. Well, I had all these pages, what do I do with them? So I said, okay, let me rewrite my speech. So here it was. Anyway, 5 years ago, the 5 years ago or 6, Mr. O'Neill retired, and I started working under the directive of my third director, Mr. Energy. Mr. Fabrizi. I would shake every time he would say, Elisabeth. But now I've gotten to know him, and I must say that it's been 5 very busy years, but very exciting. He's about to retire. So now, my question is, should I stay with my fourth director? Because my problem is, I seem to get older as they get younger. I have been invited by my son. My son Jose is here from California, and he was a speaker at St. Joe's High School, and he mentioned my name. And my husband, last but the most important thing in my life, is also here. And my son, Shab, is also here. And when they invited me to listen to their sessions, they've always thought that maybe I would learn a little bit more about their job. Well, now, I think that maybe after today, they will know a little bit more about what this job means to me. I've enjoyed it so much that I don't want to retire, so I have to go. It is the satisfaction that you get when, for example, I walk in the street and a student will come to me and say, hey, do you remember me? I got my GED with you. Or when I'm in my office and someone comes over and said, I got it, and smiles and big hugs, and they say, I got it because now I can speak better English. So it is the satisfaction that you have made a difference in somebody's life. I want to thank all those who have worked with me because they have been a great help. I couldn't do it without them, and I've been so fortunate during all these years. I have been fortunate to have directors who have listened to my suggestions and really have always been there for me. So, they've been receptive to everything I've asked, and I would want to thank caace for getting this nomination. This is not just for me, it's also for all of you who work at Bridgeport Adult Education. Thank you.